Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back into the video today, and today we're going to be talking about the Houston Astros potentially trading for Jameson, Taillon, and the amazing pitcher for the Chicago Cubs who's been having a great season this year. He's 7-5 with a 2.96 ERA. He has 78 strikeouts. Is potentially going to get traded. The Cubs are potentially looking to do a fire sale. They got a bunch of players that are up for grabs: Cody Bellinger, Jameson, Taillon, Hector Neris, a couple other guys on the roster. I think most players on the roster are available in trade talks, and trade deadline's a week or less than a week away, 6 days away. It's going to be interesting to see what the Cubs do. So let's get into it. I'd love to see the Astros trade for Jameson, Taillon. It's been reported that the Astros have interest in him. This was reported by ESPN. The Astros have interest in Jameson, Taillon, and it's like Eric Feedy or Eric Freedy from the Chicago White Sox. So Astros have interest in both of Chicago's team's pitchers. So but I've got a trade idea for the Astros to potentially land Jameson, Taillon. This would be a huge deal for the Astros, and it wouldn't just wouldn't just be adding in Jameson, Taillon, but it'd be making a reunion with someone who hasn't been gone from the team for very long. So this is a crazy trade. I don't think it happens, but I think this is a good offer that the Astros would make to the Chicago Cubs. Has a lot of talent. Has a this is a very this offer that the Astros would give to the Cubs. It helps them improve their team with young talent, young hitting talent, and pitching. So let's go over what this trade would be. So the Astros would receive Jameson, Taillon, who is 7-5 this year with a 2.96 ERA and 78 strikeouts. That is in 17 games of 17 starts. He also has 100 innings pitched with 78 strikeouts, 21 walks. He's given up 94 hits, 40 runs, 33 earned runs. And then the Astros would also bring back Hector Neris. Hector Neris would come back to the Astros. He's played 34 games this year for the Astros. His record is 8-2, but he has an ERA of 3.63, which is way higher than when the Cubs brought him in. When the Cubs brought him in, he had a 1.71 ERA with the Astros. So the Astros, I think, definitely would be willing to take Hector Neris back because he was someone who was great for their bullpen. But the Cubs have signed someone who, when they brought him in, he had a 1.71 ERA, and he has come in and that's gone pretty high at a 3.63 ERA. And this is someone who, after next season, will be a free agent. I think the Cubs could be looking, with them being sellers, could be looking to get rid of him for cheap. So he has a 3.63 ERA this year. He has 36 strikeouts in 34 innings pitched, or 35 innings pitched. He's given up 24 walks with 29 hits, 15 runs, 14 earned runs. He has 14 saves as well, though. So what would the Astros give up to land Hector Neris and Jameson, Taillon? Because, those are two guys who, even though Hector Neris has pitched way worse compared to last year, Hector Neris is having a very solid year. Jameson, Taillon is having a great year. What do the Astros give up? Let's go over what the Astros give up. So, first thing the Astros would give up is Chas McCormick. Chas McCormick this year is having a bad year with the Astros in 2024. He has 3 home runs with 20 RBIs and a batting average of .202, 59 games played, 163 at-bats, 33 hits, 5 doubles, 1 triple, 3 home runs, 20 RBIs, a batting average of .202. His OPS is 600. That wouldn't be it, though. It's not just Chas McCormick. There's 3 other players. J.P. France would be the other guy to go to Chicago. J.P. France this year has only started in 5 games and has had some injuries. He's 0-3 with a 7.46 ERA with 5 games, 5 starts, 25 innings pitched with 31 hits, 20 runs and 20 earned runs with 22 strikeouts. But J.P. France, let's go over what he did in 2023 with the Astros. 11-6 with the Astros in 2023. He had a 3.83 ERA with the Astros in 2023. 24 games, 23 starts. These numbers are, keep in mind, as a rookie. So 3.83 as a ERA as a rookie with 24 games and 23 starts, 136 innings pitched, 138 hits given up, 64 runs, 58 earned runs, and only 19 home runs, 47 walks with 101 strikeouts. Now, I want to go back to Chas McCormick. Even though he's had an off year with the Astros in 2024, in 2023, want to remind everybody that Chas McCormick had 22 home runs and 70 RBIs and had a batting average of 273 with an OPS of 842. And this was a guy in Chas McCormick that the Astros had interest in last year at the deadline. There were some rumors that the Cubs had some interest in Chas McCormick. So Chas McCormick and JP France would be the first two players to go to Chicago, but that's not it. Here's where the young prospects come into the trade. Now, first, let's get to the first prospect. Now, the first one is Luis Baez. Luis Baez is the second best prospect in the Astros pipeline. He is 20 years old, very young, and he's not expected to make his major league debut till 2027. But this year, playing in Single A, he has a batting average of 270. His OPS is 800. He has played 77 games with 320 at-bats, 47 runs scored, 86 hits, 17 doubles, 17 home runs, and 59 RBIs. So he's been great in the minor leagues this year. And then the other guy is someone who's absolutely killing it right now in Sugarland, which is the Astros AAA team, and that is Pedro Leon. Pedro has been absolutely killing it. He is the 25th best prospect on the Astros pipeline. But if you keep in mind, I mean, the top prospects, they're updated once a year before the season. If this was updated right now, Pedro would be top 7 or top 5. He has been killing it in the minors this year. He's 26 years old. He plays in the outfield and he plays second base. And what has he done in AAA this year? 300 batting average. His OPS is 903. He's played 90 games with 360 at-bats, 108 hits, 21 doubles, 2 triples, 19 home runs, 74 RBIs with 34 walks and 22 stolen bases. His last 10 games, if you look at his last 10 games, he has a total of 5 home runs in his last 10 games, and has been amazing in his last 10 games. He has a total of, let me try to get the exact number, 8 hits in his last 10 games. So yeah, he's been fantastic. The whole year in Sugarland. He's been in Sugarland the whole year. He's been with the Astros AAA team for the last 3 years, 2024, 2023, 2022. But those were all right years for him. 2023, he had a batting average of 244. 2022, 228. So not great years in Sugarland and AAA before this year. But this year, he's absolutely killed it with a batting average of 300. So many home runs, 5 home runs in his last 10 games. He has a total of 19 home runs in 90 games. So he's been fantastic. And honestly, I don't know if the Cubs do this deal, but here's what I know. The Astros are acquiring a couple good pitchers like Jameson, Taillon, and Hector Neris, who would be great additions for their team, and they're giving up quite a bit. They're giving up Luis Baez, who is 20 years old, and he's a top 2 prospect and absolutely killing it in the minor leagues right now. Pedro Leon, who's absolutely killing it in the minor leagues as well, with a 300 batting average, 19 home runs, 57 RBIs. Also has 22 stolen bases as well, which is amazing. And not only that, not only are they giving up 2 really good prospects who are doing such a great job in the minor leagues right now and are still so young at 20 and 26 years old in Baez and Leon, but they're also giving up other talent in Chas McCormick and JP France. I know Chas McCormick and JP France have both struggled this year, but at the same time, JP France in his rookie year posted a 3.83 ERA in 24 games and 23 starts and had an 11-6 record. And to be honest, this year has he been terrible. with a 7.46 ERA, and he's 0-3. But JP France, when pitching with the Astros, in my opinion, was not healthy. He faced a lot of good teams. The three of the five teams, I know 3 of the 5 teams he pitched against were the Braves, and they still had Ronald Acuna, the Yankees, and the Royals. I know those were definitely 3. I know those were 3 of his 5 starts. I can go over them all. The Yankees, the Rangers twice, the Braves, and the Cubs were the 5 teams he faced. So, look, those, the Rangers, that they're not doing good now, but the Rangers were doing good in April when he faced them. The Rangers' offense was actually looking really good in April. The Yankees were looking great to start off the season as well. Look, the Braves have not been as good now. They're going through it right now, but they were doing great in April. The Cubs are kind of ass right now, but they were doing good in April as well. So JP France, not 100% healthy, faced some really good teams. So he's a guy who's also pretty solid, just had it a little bit rough to start off the season. We haven't seen him since because of his injury. And then Chas McCormick, I know he's having a bad year, but this is someone who had a 270 batting average with 22 home runs and 70 RBIs in 2023, and had one of the best catches in Astros history when he basically helped the Astros win the World Series when he had that Game 5 winning catch against the Phillies in Game 5 of the World Series. So even though Chas and JP France are having bad years, from what they did in 2023 and how much of an impact they made, they still have a little bit of value. And then obviously Luis Baez and Pedro Leon have a bunch of value for how good they're doing in the minors and how young they are. Let me know your thoughts on the Astros potentially trading for Jameson Taillon, who's the more important part of this, but I've also added Hector Neris because I'd love to have him back in an Astros uniform. Let me know your thoughts on the Astros potentially trading for Jameson Taillon and Hector Neris in the comment section, and peace out. Go Stros.